Bishop's Cleeve's mini revival, which had seen them win 2 out of their last 3 games, came to an abrupt halt here at the Bartercard Cuthbury Stadium today when they were on the wrong side of a 6-0 drubbing by Wimborne Town. Wimborne manager Steve Cuss drafted in Franklin Clark, re-signed from Blackfield and Langley, straight into the first team, and he lined up in midfield, taking Lewis Kellaway's position. Apart from that, it was pretty much the Wimborne team you'd expect, with the exception of John Blake, who still hasn't recovered from his recent injury. So we had Jason Harville in goal, a back four of Scott Arnold, Ian Oliver, Billy Mabry and Adam Costello. Franklin Clark, James Stokoe, Sam Griffin, Jamie Davidson in midfield, and it looked to me as if Luke Holmes was pressing right up against Mark Gamble to make it virtually a 4-4-2. Wimborne started very, very brightly, and it only took them 6 minutes to hit the front. A clever Mark Gamble header from a Sam Griffin cross. 10 minutes later it was 2-0 to the Magpies. Ian Oliver at the back post to collect a Sam Griffin corner that somehow missed the goalkeeper and all the Cleeve defenders to get right through there, and Ollie had a simple task of just sticking the ball in the net. And 4 minutes later it got worse for the Gloucestershire outfit, as Mark Gamble fastened onto a super little chip from Sam Griffin, caught it, met it perfectly, and slid the ball past Gould and the Cleeve goal. Then on 26 minutes it was 4-0 to the Magpies. Cracking goal, this nice cross, and Mark Gamble rose and seemed to stay in the air for ages. A goal reminiscent of Pele's goal in a 1978 World Cup final to me. Beat the goalkeeper to make it 4-0 after just the 26 minutes. 3 minutes later and Wimborne went nap, and this time it was an own goal. Cross came across from the left again, and Bishop's Cleeve defence in complete disarray. Defender headed the ball past his own keeper to make it 5. A bit of a setback for Wimborne. Jamie Davidson had to go off with what I understand was a bad gash on his foot. We'll maybe hear more from Steve Cuss later on. Matt Kemble came on, and it was 5-0 at half time, and a thoroughly impressive performance from the first half by Wimborne against a disappointing Cleeve team, but that's not to take anything away from Wimborne, who looked sharp, particularly Sam Griffin, Luke Holmes and of course Mark Gamble. Cleeve threatened very briefly at the start of the second half, and one of their players shot over from a good position, but then just 1 minute later, a super goal. Mark Kemble took a pass from Luke Holmes out on the left wing, and his first time curling right foot shot beat the keeper at the far post to make it 6-0. Steve Cuss brought on Jack Lupton for Franklin Clark and Lewis Kellaway for James Stokoe midway through the half. And there were no more goals, but there was still some good football, particularly from Luke Holmes, who constantly fed Sam Griffin on the right with some really good passes. On 85 minutes, Matt Kemble took a free kick just outside the box, and his curling free kick went just wide of the keeper. But then the final whistle went, and at the end it was 6-0 to Wimborne. A simple victory in the end, but a good performance by the lads. For me, man of the match, hard to overlook Mark Gamble, but I think I'd make it Luke Holmes. He was everywhere, a bundle of energy, running through the middle, excellent passing, very unlucky not to get a goal in the second half when a lovely pass out to Sam Griffin. Sam returned it, and Luke's shot was blocked. Super performance by the 17-year-old. Next up for the Magpies, it's a long trip to Evesham next Saturday. Coach is leaving at 9:45 in the morning. Give me a shout if you want to be on that. We hope to see you at that one. Hiya.
Ken, you right? You okay?
Okay, I'm joined by Steve Cuss after today's 6-0 win over Bishop's Cleeve. Steve, there's nothing to dislike about that performance, I don't think.
No, it's just got off to a great start. Then we scored early and just carried on scoring and creating chances, and it was, a perfect first half in terms of, everything that we've been working on in the week. We spent a lot of time out here on Monday night working on the final third and our crossing and our final pass, and I thought it was, the word quality I was talking about in the dressing room before, and it was very much there, and I thought the quality of our crosses and the quality of our finish was excellent.
Yeah, that final ball was was noticeably better today, wasn't it? And the Cleeve defence couldn't deal with Sam Griffin, could they, early doors?
No, I think they set themselves up as a free at the back, and I thought Sam got plenty of space out there, and he really used that space well, and I think he set up the first 3 goals and got himself 3 assists, so he was a real threat all afternoon, and I like the interchange of positions between Luke and Jamie when he was on, and then Matt and Sam as well. That caused them real problems, particularly in that first half when we were so dominant.
Maybe arguably the goal of the game, the 6th one, Matt Campbell. I mean, a great run by Luke Holmes, but a good pass and the first time cracking curling shot.
I think Luke's brought that little bit of quality to us from the midfield areas in terms of being able to carry the ball forward.
Yeah.
We've got some very good passes of the ball in there, but Luke gets on the move with it, and he really committed the defender. He laid it, and it was the weight of the pass that allowed Matt to hit it first time, and it was an outstanding finish from Matt, and a really good goal.
I know you were very disappointed earlier in the season when Franklin Clark went off to Blackfield and Langley. He showed today what a quality player he is. Yeah,
I obviously coached Franklin through the university team as well, and we've been talking for a lot of that time, and he wants to come back and give this level a go, and we're absolutely delighted. It was probably a little bit unusual for the supporters, maybe thought he might have been playing at the back, but Franklin's one of those players that can play anywhere, and I thought he'd give us that real drive and energy in the midfield, and he does a lot of that. Again, that work that I talk about that goes missing by a lot of people that don't see. He covered a lot of grounds and stopped the ball coming forward so easy, and he was excellent for us. And hopefully now he can get a bit of a run in the side and show what he can do at this level.
Yeah, I believe Jamie went off to hospital with quite a deep cut. Jeff Robbins was telling me. Have you heard any news?
No, it'll probably be stitches. It was the tackle that the player was booked for just outside the box, but it appears it's gone in really deep, and it will definitely need stitches just to heal up. So hopefully that won't stop him playing next week. But the advantage that we've got at the moment, both in preparation for the games, which I thought was crucial today, and going forward, is we've got no midweek matches, and that allows me to do my work during the week and try and get the team ready.
Right. I mentioned Luke Holmes was my man of the match, although arguably you could have said Sam or Mark, but I thought he had a super game. Now, what's the position with his loan? Because he's been with us a month now.
Yeah, he comes initially on a month's loan, and that's up during the middle of next week. Obviously we've got to speak to Luke, but I think he's enjoying it here, and getting lots of game time, which is important for when a player comes out on loan from a professional club. So we'll be speaking to Bournemouth this week and seeing if we can extend that, and hopefully all parties in agreement, and he can stay with us for a little bit longer.
And finally, Steve, we're missing John Blake today. What's the latest on Blake? When do you think he might be back?
Yeah, it's his hamstring. He joined in the warm-up today, so that was encouraging. We'll see it, hopefully getting back up on the training pitch next week, and back involved in the squad in a not too distant future, because John's got those real qualities that can add to our side as well. And with the players that we've added lately and the young boys that are around, there's plenty of competition for places, which is great for me.
John would be a lot of supporters' first name on the team sheets. So you add that to that team out there, and it's looking good.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want competition for places, everyone fighting hard to get into the team, and that's what we've got at the moment.
Steve, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks.